Okay, ladies, I have another question for you. We just saw a post on Facebook about this topic, and I'd like to see your take on it. And the question was about training men. So I'd like you to speak to that topic and the way men feel when they're possibly being treated like a dog and trained.
Okay, so, well, I mean, I think that couples train each other, and I think that there is always this sharing back and forth to find that common ground. I always think that, you know, one person is one circle, the other person is another circle, and where they overlap is where the relationship is. I think each person wants to have more relating. I think they want those circles to overlap more and more and more. The trick is that, you know, for me, I'll say for myself as a woman, I find that I don't see it as training as much as it is that I notice that if I do something in a certain way for my man, he will repeat it. And so it's more about my awareness of recognizing that if I really love something that he's doing, that I need to give him feedback for that. And so, because I think if a man really loves you or your mate really loves you, they want to do what works, but how do they know if that's working or not? So I think, you know, for a woman, it's about her sensuality and her appreciation and looking in his eyes and touching him and understanding what opens him and letting him know that that is really important to him. And so to me, it's less about I'm asking him to do something, because I find words are usually the wrong way to go when I'm dealing with my man, and more about this open-hearted appreciation and moving from my gratitude, and that my man instantly will want to do that more because he wants me to be happy. He doesn't want me to be unhappy.
And I think for me, you know, the word train has such a charge to it. So I think we have to remove the charge from that word in general, and perhaps that's not... It's an evocative word, but, you know, I agree with Suzanne in that it's, you know, to me, the training first comes as an awareness with myself of what feels good to me, what makes me open as opposed to close. And as I become just aware of that, of my own body, you know, as I shake off a certain type of numbness, that I can actually feel what fills me, then I can start to give that feedback to my man, where he looks at me in a certain way, and I can feel it in my body, and it feels good, and I give him that feedback. And again, as Suzanne mentioned, it's not this verbal feedback of, you know, that felt really good, and what I would really like you to do, and blah, 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 because it loses it. But it's just that moment of pleasure in my body, and showing that pleasure to him, whether that's a smile or a sigh or whatever that looks like in my body. And so, you know, again, you take the word train out of it, and to me it becomes an awareness in my own body of what opens me, and then giving that feedback to my partner in my life of, you know, did that open me? Did that fill me? Or is that something that felt like it creates a closure?